Hello, good day everyone. This is again Teacher Jera A. Java for Campus Journalism. And today we will be talking about our content for today is about principles, features, and processes, as well as the guidelines and the score sheet, the criteria for judging TV broadcasting, especially in the context of DepEd. Okay, I will be introducing you to the principles that we need to adhere to in TV broadcasting, its features, and most importantly, the processes one needs to undergo in creating a news program and in broadcasting such program in the context of DepEd. Before that, let's have just a really short quiz. Directions: identify whether the following information is correct or not. Write true if it state if the statement is correct, or false if otherwise. Okay, there I've already posted the answers. Let's just explain why it's true, why it's false. Number one, a broadcaster respects everyone's human rights as well as the principles of his craft. He or she believes that a person is innocent until proven guilty, and of course that is true. It's respect for everybody's right. Everybody has a right. You as a broadcaster, you've got rights and responsibilities too, as well as your audience. A video signal is composed of two signals, the sound and audio signals. That is, okay, that is false because it just says there a video signal. So it's just about it's composed of two signals. The two signals given there are sound and audio. Sound and audio, they just mean the same to the ears. So there should be video signals there. 3, like newspaper or print, television is also a permanent medium of broadcast communication. Again, that is false because TV is not really permanent. Once you go live, once it's spoken, once you've aired that wouldn't be played anymore, unless when it will be uploaded via YouTube. Okay, when you can replay or rewind. But once it's spoken, just like radio broadcasting, once it's spoken, you can just be heard or seen once. Unlike the newspaper, once your news or information or data get printed, anybody can, the reader can actually just flip back and read again and again and again over time. 4, it is important to be fair and objective in delivering news. That's one of the foremost tenets of broadcasting in radio and in television. You have to be fair and objective, not biased. Okay? Don't get personal. 5, television is an expensive medium because it requires lots of money, machinery, and experienced people. That is true. Television is really expensive. From the equipment alone, you'd be spending much. Also with working with the necessary people who are experts and experienced. Okay, so that is true. Now let's go straight to the principles of TV broadcasting. We have a number of principles. Television production is undeniably, without a doubt, the most difficult and demanding type of media production. Creating, not like in newspaper, not like in radio broad. Okay, here it's more demanding, and like we said earlier, it's more expensive. Creating a single package would demand for numerous equipment, from lighting to cameras to even studios. You need studio to be able to record and or broadcast the news. It will also demand for tremendous tiring accountability as video outputs will be broadcasted. As such, therefore, several principles must be observed in TV broadcasting. This is to ensure that all materials subjected to broadcast are of good taste, are of quality, before putting them out to the public. Now in the Philippines, we have the KBP, the Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas, a media regulating body, has set the following principles on radio and TV broadcast, on mass medium, on broadcasting, both in TV and in radio. Here are the principles of TV broadcasting: truth, open-mindedness, accountability, balance, responsible, authority of the Constitution, dignity and decorum, righteousness, careful and prudent, obedient, trustworthiness, effective, and respect. Let's not forget that there are 13 principles. Let's start with the truth. A broadcaster should be committed to truth. He or she should not alter, should not change, should not modify any information, details, or event. Together with this is a responsibility of correcting an error immediately, all at once. If you believe that you made it wrong, especially via live, waste no time to correct your error. So no to fake news, no to disinformation, misinformation, fake news. Open-mindedness. Open-mindedness to all opposing views and arguments is an important attribute of a broadcaster. He or she is not quick to judge by his or her own standards, but rather studies the various ways of viewing an issue. You should have a wide mind, okay, a wide perspective, a wide POV or point of view, because you have to understand that people have a lot of opinion. Anybody can say something about somebody or something. So we have to respect each other's differences of opinions. Accountability. The broadcaster has the liability or responsibility to the public to be vigilant of the words, careful of the words he or she utters, says, and the behavior he or she exhibits. Public service is a broadcaster's principal objective. You should be responsible of your words and how you say these words. It's not actually with what you say, it's how you say things that matters. Balance. Balance in journalism and news publishing, opinions, perspectives, and fair discussion make a good broadcaster. You should be balanced. Okay? Because that will add up to your credibility. He or she clearly shows the different sides of the issue, the pros and the cons, the anti and then the good side, the in favor side. A broadcaster never uses the TV to mock, curse, humiliate, insult any person regardless of gender, opinion, beliefs in religion, politics, culture, race, or ethnicity. Otherwise, you would lose your credibility. You would lose being objective. You'd become subjective. Responsibility. The broadcaster is responsible in preserving his or her name and in upholding the principles of KBP and the station he or she is working with. His or her opinions and sentiments are expressed appropriately with due clarity. The broadcaster studies and researches issues before he or she airs them. He or she is critical but never offensive. Critical, like you are really studying all sides of the issue, all parts of the issue, you have to gather all the data, the sources, you have to interview a lot of people who have something to do or related, connected to the topic or to the issue. Okay? You had before you air your side. So you have to be very responsible. Speaking of KBP, I just would like to say that it's like being 3 or 4 years already that I passed the KBP evaluation exams. So I'm basically legit a part of KBP already. So, alagaan mo yung pangalan, okay? Authority of the Constitution. The authority of the Constitution is promoted by the broadcaster at all times. He or she defends, fights for, and protects free press, freedom of the press, freedom of expression, and the rights of the audience to seek and receive information. Make sure that everything that we do will support and protect the Constitution, wherein all laws, rights, and responsibilities are from. Dignity and decorum are being embodied by a professional broadcaster in word, in mind, and in deeds, and personality inside and outside the station. He or she is humble in socializing with others because we have a name, we have an image, okay? So we have to uphold that image, but of course we should not set aside the fact that we have to be true to ourselves and true to the public. No pretense, no facade. Righteousness is expected to a true broadcaster. He or she stands for what is right and discloses what is wrong. That's our job. He or she considers his integrity and honor at all times because that will reflect what you do, what you think, what you say will reflect your persona. Careful and prudent. The broadcaster is careful and prudent in the use and expression of sensitive, confidential, and critical information. He or she protects the source of such information. We have to protect the source of our information, like people, witnesses, example. Our source, the person we interview, we have to put them in with, we have to treat them with confidentiality. We should not disclose their personal information. Obedient. The broadcaster is obedient on the rules and regulations already stated in the KBP National Broadcast Code as well as in all broadcasting related laws. The broadcaster is honest and does not prioritize personal welfare. Okay, the good, the general good before your own. Trustworthiness. A broadcaster should be trustworthy. That's one way that people will have to trust us, will have to believe with us. The public will have to know first that we are worthy of their trust. A broadcaster does not put personal gain ahead of duty. He or she does not accept bribes, gifts, or favors that influence him or her to change his or her stand or to distort, change the truth. A broadcaster is honest in the conduct of gathering information, photos, and images. A broadcaster does not resort to plagiarism. He or she respects the intellectual property rights of others. Effective. The broadcaster should be effective in the use of radio and television to state the truth and promote order, peace, and development of the people and the country. Respect, very important. Respect to fellow journalists, citizens, and institutions is a quality of a good broadcaster. He or she respects everyone's human rights, not just special people, not just a VIP, not just your bosses, but everyone. Everyone's human rights and the principle and believes that a person is innocent until proven guilty. So you have to hear all sides. Respect that person. Let's review. The principles of TV broadcasting are truth, open-mindedness, accountability, balance, responsible authority of the Constitution, dignity and decorum, righteousness, careful and prudent, obedient, trustworthiness, effective, and respect. All those came from KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcasters ng Pilipinas. Let's go straight to the guidelines of TV broadcasting, TV script writing, and broadcasting. Okay, guidelines for TV script writing and broadcasting. This was from the last National Schools Press Conference 2024. Okay, the contest aims to promote collaboration, teamwork among campus journalists and emulate the workplace of a television news production department. General guidelines. Each region must form a team of 7 members, okay, each with a specific function. For English and 7 for Filipino in secondary level who are not competing in any of the individual writing categories, who is also not a member, who is also not competing for collaborative desktop publishing or online publishing. Okay, 7. This contest TV Broad is only for secondary, not for elementary. The members should have the following roles or tasks, including but not limited to. You need a scriptwriter, anchor or anchors, reporters, producer or director who could also act as floor director, video or graphics editor, video journalist or cameraman. Okay, but any one of them can actually serve, can actually have maybe one or two functions, as long as it's not really awkward. That will not ruin the quality of the news broadcast. Any team member, this is what I said, can take on multiple roles as long as it does not create conflict or awkwardness in the outcome of the broadcast. An anchor, example, an anchor can also be a reporter simultaneously, because that would be awkward if the main anchor will say, for the full details, here's Jerry Java, then the scene or the screen will transfer, then the same face will be shown. Like, thank you for that, then the same face, the same person. That would be awkward. That's a no-no. However, an anchor can also serve as a news or infomercial writer behind the scene, behind the camera. Okay, the National Technical Working Group, in coordination with the host region, will provide a list of available equipment and tools in the simulation broadcast room with the regional coordinators a week before the contest through an advisory. Therefore, a 30-minute technical orientation will be conducted a day or days before the opening of the NSPC for the directors and video or graphics editors. Subsequently, each team will have 30 minutes per medium to visit the simulation broadcast room for familiarization. This is prior to the day of the competition. In getting the overall results for the best TV broadcast, accumulated points from the individual and group award shall be considered. So it's a conglomeration of all, it's the sum total of all the points, averaging. In getting that's what I said. The awards for this category include the following: individual awards and group awards. Individual, best anchor, best news reporter, best director. For group awards, best in technical application, best developmental communication or DevCom, best news script, best TV newscast. The decision of the Board of Judges is final and irrevocable. Any violation of the stipulated guidelines will be ground for disqualification of the team. Now, pre-contest, before the contest, here are the guidelines. Each team must bring only the following: maximum of 4 laptops with at least 10 gig free space and a video editing program with uploading capacity, 3 empty flash drives or USB, at least 16 gig minimum. So you can have 32, whatever. Minimum is 16 gig. Maximum of 2 video or DSLR camera, mobile phones without SIM and emptied internal storage compatible with the laptop, 2 emptied memory cards, A4 size bond paper, 1 inkjet printer, extension cord or cords. Laptops and flash drives or USB to be submitted to the NTWG should be labeled in the following format: category, medium, level, region, director's name, school, division. Example: TV script writing and broadcasting English secondary, region 10, Angelina Fajardo, Mandaue National High School, Mandaue. In that format of labeling your laptops and flash drives for easy checking and easy return of these equipment. Labels for laptops will be placed on a bond paper and attached to the bag. Flash drives will be sealed, or laptop bags in an envelope with a corresponding label. Checking and sealing of laptops, because all these equipments, laptops and even the camera, will be checked prior to, shall be done on July 7, 2024 until 5 p.m. only. This is a day before also, usually. Laptops must be cleared of stored documents upon submission, except for the pre-recorded OBB and CBB and offline editing software. So OBB and CBB, opening billboard and closing billboard, are actually pre-recorded. So failure to submit the laptops on or before the set deadline will result in the disqualification of the competing team. So the team and also the advisor, the coach, should take into consideration, should be reminded should take note of the schedule of the checking of the equipment. Only the equipment and tools in the simulation broadcast room are allowed to be used by the participants during the actual presentation. Before the start of the contest, the teams will be oriented on the roles of the participants and criteria for judging by the chairman of the board of judges. All participants should attend this orientation. The orientation usually will be part of the mini press conference, I believe, along with the collab, the online publishing, and then the radio broad. The directors will draw lots to determine the order of presentation. The contest materials saved in flash drive, sealed in envelopes, shall be distributed to the directors on that day. During the contest proper. Contest proper. Script writing and production. The team should include the following components in their script. In their script, this should be seen in the script. Cover page. This page should contain the group's name, mock TV, or the network name. The mock TV or network name is given by the technical working group. They will have to decide on that. News, the article. Only the 5 sets of data provided by the NTWG will be used in the news reports. Each news script should specify the corresponding video and or audio component extracted from the folders or created during the actual contest. Infomercial or developmental communication. There is an infomercial actually. It's like a public service announcement. The team, just like in radio broad, the team must create one infomercial or developmental communication plug with a maximum duration of 60 seconds, 1 minute only, not to exceed 1 minute. Then NTWG will provide 2 sets of data, photos, videos, audio in USB, saved in a flash drive. However, each team is also allowed to take footage or footages with designated area at the designated area within the designated area to be used in the infomercial. The script should contain video and audio elements or components. Field report, headlines, or BBCB. Field report, the production must include a live field feedback or report with or without canned video support. There must be a live or field report. Headlines, these will contain a brief but concise lead summary of the news articles. OBB, CBB, opening billboard, closing billboard. The NTWG will provide TV station and program names uniform to all groups. This is what I said. 4 hours will be allotted for pre-production. Pre-production includes story conference and script writing. Actual production, video shooting, recording, infomercial production, and post-production, editing, and rehearsal. Actually, the greater part, most of the job is here in the post-production, the editing. 3, once script writing begins, contestants are not allowed to leave the contest venue or contest room. For personal needs, the proctor will accompany them to the restrooms. They are not going to contact or get close to their advisors or coaches, otherwise disqualified. Each team must submit 4 copies of the script. 4 copies of the script, 3 for the judges and 1 for the NTWG. Additional copies for team use may be printed. They can also print scripts for their own consumption. The cover page of the script must reflect the TV network and program names as provided by the technical working group and the names of the team members with their respective roles, like we said earlier, anchor, field reporter, director. The script should not contain any information that could identify the contestants, such as their school, their vision, or region. No identifying marks, okay? Otherwise, they will be disqualified. All teams must stop working after the allotted 4-hour time limit. A buzzer signals the end of the script writing and production time. A designated holding area shall be provided for each role. Team members are only allowed to leave the room when it is their turn to perform or present, or for personal needs under the supervision, of course, of a proctor. TV broadcast skills performance. This is now TV broadcast skills performance. Only 2 laptops are allowed inside the studio. 1 for use as a substitute in case the main laptop won't work out, for teleprompter, and 1 for technical application. News segments will consist of live and edited reports created during the allotted time for production. Only the OBB and CBB and stingers or audio bed or and pre-recorded, pre-produced. Video and audio playback for the live reports are either extracted from the folders given to them or created during the actual contest. Other than the actual broadcast time, 10 minutes will be allotted for entrance, 10 minutes, and for preparation. So every team is given 10 minutes to prepare. After that, there will be flags that will be a flag, color-coded flag that will signal that the entrance or intro preparation is up and they need to begin, whether they are ready or not. Each team is given 10 minutes of preparation time with the assistance of technical experts, service providers. 3 warnings will be issued to any team that fails to begin after the allotted preparation time unless a technical issue arises. So there will be 3 warnings. First warning, 1 minute. Second warning, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Third and final warning, 2 minutes. And now, after the third warning and the team fails to start, they will be disqualified. Each team is given 6 minutes for the actual broadcast. Now, the actual running time for the performance news broadcast is 6 minutes. For radio broadcasting, that's 5 minutes. Here in TV Broad is 6 minutes running time. The host region shall provide a timer that can be seen by the contestants and the judges. An official timekeeper will also be appointed. Now, the timekeeper will raise a green flaglet to indicate the start of the presentation. It's green to start. A yellow flaglet will be raised by the timekeeper to warn the presenting team that only 1 minute remains of the broadcast time. A red flaglet will be raised to indicate that the group's allotted 6-minute running time have been consumed. So it's green, yellow, red. In case of overtime or undertime, of course, there will be deductions. During the specified broadcast duration, points will be deducted based on the following criteria for adherence to time allotment. Just like in radio broadcasting, there is deduction for undertime and overtime. Now, 1 to 3 seconds overtime, undertime, that's less 1 point. 4 to 30 seconds overtime, undertime, that's less 2 points. 31 to 60 seconds, that's overtime, undertime, less 3 points. 61 to 90 seconds, undertime, overtime, minus 4 points. 91 to 120 seconds, undertime, overtime, that's minus 5 points in their overall score, total score. The timekeeper will give copies to the judges with a record of each group's broadcast running time immediately after their performance. That will also be announced. The record will detail the number of rest seconds or minutes each group exceeded or fell short of the allotted time. That's undertime, overtime. 3 minutes will be allotted for the exit. So they will be given 10 minutes preparation for intro, 6 minutes running time, then another 3 minutes to exit. 10. The decision of the Board of Judges is final and, of course, irrevocable. Now, let's go to the criteria for judging the score sheet. Now, for the script, that's 30%. The script is given a weight of 30%. Content of the script, 50%, provides effective news, story angling, covers the given stories or relevant topics with necessary details, is accurate, no factual, conceptual, and grammatical errors, and it is original. Style of the script, 35%, how it's written. Technicalities of the script is written in a clear and concise manner, uses a simple common language. Of course, this is broadcasting. We need to make sure that our general audience, public, can understand. Uses appropriate voice, active voice or passive voice of your sentences. So we need to do more of active voice rather than a passive voice. Someone does something, not that something is done by someone. Uses appropriate word voice, uses proper script terms and abbreviations. Organization, 15%, follows adequate logical structure, provides proper labels to elements or parts, indicates team members and assignments, considers coherent thought transitions. Now for anchor, this is given 12.5%. Delivery, 70%. Personality of the anchor and the voice, 30%. That's 30%. Delivery uses a clear and well-modulated voice, speaks at an appropriate volume, observes proper phrasing, pacing, and timing, not too fast, not too slow, articulates words well, the one that does not eat his or her words, and it utilizes appropriate voice inflections to enhance meaning. Now, personality, 30%, observes proper stance or posture, shows a sense of confidence and authority, projects a professional and credible personality, demonstrates controlled facial expressions. Now for field reporters or news reporters, 12.5%, given 12.4% weight. Delivery 70%, personality 30%. Again, with the delivery, uses a clear and well-modulated voice, speaks with appropriate volume, observes proper phrasing, pacing, and timing, articulates words well, utilizes appropriate voice inflections to enhance meaning. Personality 30%, observes proper stance, posture, shows success, just like with the anchor. Now for technical applications, this is given a weight of 25%. Element appropriation 50%, observes audio-video lock, shows effective interplay of audio-visual elements including graphics, text, images, etc. Fidelity 30%, shows good audio and video quality, shows less to no distortion or technical distraction in audio and video. Timing 20%, shows a smooth flow of topics or stories, shows precise timing and synchronization. Now for infomercial or DevCom, development communication, plug 15%. Infomercial is given a weight of 15% content, 50% shows clear advocacy or idea description, reflects original concept, creativity 50%, how they present the information, exhibits uniqueness, applies technical elements appropriately, is engaging, and of course appealing. Now for the overall TV broadcast, script 30%, broadcast presentation 25%, anchor is 12.5%, report 12.5%, technical application 25%, infomercial DevCom 15%, adherence to time allotment 5%. Time allotment, that one we said when they did not go under time or overtime. Remember that it has deductions. A total of 100%. This is all. Thank you everyone. Good luck, God bless in your TV broadcast presentation. LSS, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much everyone. Bye, bye, bye.